Imagine a game where every single move that you make has the potential to change the future course of your life. For me, that game has been chess. I've been playing chess since I was 7 years old. I'm now 57. So you'd think that I would know the answer to a deceptively simple question. What is chess? Easy, right? The dictionary definition is that it's a board game of strategic skill for two players, played on a checkered board on which each piece is moved according to precise rules. All well and good, but I'm here to tell you that this definition actually conceals far more than it reveals. Chess is so much more than just a game. The connections that it has facilitated have made a huge difference and had a profound influence on my own life. Chess can actually change your life as well. Wait a minute, do I hear you all say? He's just told us he's been a chess player for over 50 years. But I hardly ever play chess. So how can this game possibly help me? Let me give you a few examples of the life lessons that chess can teach you. We all know that chess is a competitive activity. So it helps with life skills like perseverance, sportsmanship, and respect. But did you know that chess can also help with fitness and weight loss? You see here the man wearing glasses. He is Grandmaster Fabiano Kowana, the current world's number 4 ranked chess player. He's also the reigning 3-time US chess champion. That's great, you may say, but why on earth are we looking at him? He's training here with Romanian Grandmaster Ion Cristian Chirila in preparation for an upcoming chess tournament. This grueling regime involves running, tennis, basketball, and swimming. Oh, sorry, I can't swim. And they're doing it all to prepare for the physical demands of chess. This might seem crazy, as chess is actually viewed as a very sedentary activity. But in fact, you need to be fit to be able to play it well. Otherwise, you will just get tired, probably blunder in the 5th hour play, and waste all of your efforts. These chess professionals, via all of this fitness training, have fine-tuned their endurance skills in order to maximize their performance. And the weight loss thing? You see here Anatoly Karpov and Garry Kasparov. They played a marathon world championship match in 1984, which ended up being terminated by the president of the International Chess Federation without result after 48 games over 5 months. Double the length of a normal chess match. Karpov, who at 33 years of age was actually 10 years older, more than 10 years older than his rival, had lost 10 kilograms in that period. One commentator observed he looked like a ghost, so gaunt did he look. Studies have actually shown that chess players can burn, professional chess players, up to 6,000 calories a day while playing in a tournament. In October 2018, Polar, a US company that tracks heart rates, monitored chess players. They found that Russian Grandmaster Mikhail Antipov, at just 21 years of age, had burnt 560 calories over 2 hours one day sitting playing chess. This is roughly equivalent to what Roger Federer used to burn in an hour of singles tennis. I doubt that most of you would ever have thought of chess in this way. I opine that there's actually a life lesson in this. Removing all prejudices, such as, for example, chess can't possibly be a sport as it does not involve physical activity, can lead to unexpected benefits in your own lives. I personally have very good reason to believe that chess is a sport, indeed a dangerous sport. This is the closing ceremony at the World Senior Chess Championships in 2019 in Bucharest, an event in which I played. You may think it's impossible to injure yourself at a chess tournament. And I must say, it takes a great deal of skill to do this, but I managed it. I played the last 5 rounds of this event with a fractured shoulder. There's another life lesson in this: resilience. Managing to overcome whatever life throws at you. But the more significant impact of chess on my own life is the fact that I owe my current full-time position for over 10 years now as an associate lecturer in mathematics at Western Sydney University to chess. Having been sessional for around 15 years beforehand, I finally got a full-time contract, which was meant to roll over, I finally got a 2-year contract, which was meant to roll over to a full-time position, but it needed the dean to rubber stamp it. Past history indicated that it was likely to sit on his desk for a long time, as he was a very busy man and did not tend to have the time to deal with such things. But unbeknownst to me, he also loved chess. 2 friends of mine had recently started an organisation called University Chess. They ran a few events, and there was one at about that time. Western Sydney University entered 2 teams. I was board 1 on the top team. I was lucky enough to score 4.5 out of 5, and we won the event. When I say I was lucky, in a crucial game against the current captain of the Open Olympiad side, I was in a superior position, but the only potential winning move failed to a tactical refutation. I didn't see this, so I played it anyway. He missed the win, and I went on to win the game. The dean actually found out about our victory, congratulating me the next time that I saw him. I got the job offer a week later. Coincidence? I don't think so. Destiny. So you see that the competitive aspect of chess has helped me in my career. In fact, chess is a sport, and hopefully you can see that from that story. But success in chess does not just need a high level of fitness, it also requires skills in psychology. In a recent game of mine, I was playing a young opponent who I knew tended to move quickly, so I offered a draw after I'd equalised from a slightly inferior position. His response was to immediately decline the draw, then play an instantaneous move, which happened to blunder away the whole game. A piece of chess psychology at work. Of course, I owe my knowledge of this psychology to Magnus Carlsen, world champion, until a recent abdication, who also practices chess psychology. In fact, his opponents fear him because of his style. He rarely makes serious errors, often grinding opponents down in the 5th or 6th hour of play. The analogy with tennis is apt here because Carlsen actually plays chess like Novak Djokovic plays tennis. Look at Novak's tiebreak record. When things get tight, he goes into what I call lockdown mode. He cuts out the unforced errors almost completely, makes it very difficult for his opponents to beat him. There's another life lesson in this: direct psychology in your favour. Part of this is always being prepared to fight hard. In fact, chess naturally helps with this. On the one hand, it teaches concentration skills. After all, you have to concentrate for the entire game because one bad move could be fatal. At the same time, the game is not over until checkmate, or an equivalent way of ending the game. So you might actually end up in some positions where you have a lot more pieces than your opponent, a huge advantage, but in fact you cannot win. There's another life lesson in this: take nothing for granted, always be alert lest you allow such positions. So chess teaches you to fight with whatever resources you have. Sometimes it's not about the pieces that you've lost, but what you do with the ones that you have left. Right? In fact, chess is a metaphor for life. Right? It teaches you to never give up and always keep working towards your goals. You might need a bit of luck, but but persistence can pay off in chess as in life. The result can actually be beautiful. Lesser forces defeating greater forces, a triumph of mind over matter. Chess is an art too. In my opinion, part of life's beauty lies in the unexpected, against the odds achievements, similar to sacrificing your most powerful piece to force checkmate in chess. This was brought home in the recent Netflix series, The Queen's Gambit. There was a focus not only on Beth Harmon's creativity, but also her hard life and need for narcotics to help overcome her demons. Her final triumph thus meant more. This is a very beautiful story with lessons for all of us about what we can achieve if we persist. This story reveals the art and beauty of chess in another way too. It breaks down barriers. Any age or gender can play. There are no language barriers. When I played the Real World Series in 2019, my opponents often had no common language with me. Yet I was still able to communicate through the language of chess. This reinforces another thing that chess is to me. I believe that chess is actually truth. I love to try to discover the truth of a chess position, but unfortunately, in a competition game of chess, there's a problem. You have this pesky thing called an opponent in the way. So I discovered that, in fact, I enjoyed analysing other players' games more than playing my own games, where the competitive aspect got in the way. This is what led me to become an arbiter, a chess referee. In this role, the busiest times are at the start of each round, getting games started, and the end of each round when players are short of time. In between, while still doing my job, I could analyse positions to my heart's content. That led me to the title of International Arbiter in 2003. So you see, chess has given me a lot in my life, but in fact there is even more to chess. Chess is also a science with many features in common with mathematics. This makes it a useful education tool. For example, it helps to teach logical thinking skills. To illustrate this, consider the following problem. Can a knight, starting at A1, the square in the bottom left-hand corner, and finishing at H8, which is the square in the top right-hand corner, make a complete tour of the chessboard, meaning it moves normally and touches each square exactly once? To know this, you only need to know one fact, that the destination square in a knight move is a different colour to the starting square, illustrated in this slide by example, and again in this one. Once you know this, work out how many moves you need. The answer is 63. There are 64 squares on a chessboard, minus the starting square. The knight starts at A1, the square in the bottom left-hand corner, which is a dark square, so its first move will go to a light square. So all the odd moves go to a light square. Therefore, its 63rd move will go to a light square. But wait, H8, the square in the top right-hand corner, is a dark square. So the answer to the logic problem is no, this is actually impossible. This shows that chess is an excellent tool for teaching logical thinking skills. In fact, the same logic skills used in chess are essential in mathematics teaching. This makes chess a natural bridge to maths. I use those logic skills that I've learnt from chess all the time in my own maths teaching. Indeed, as you can see from the Venn diagram here, chess and mathematics are interconnected. They have many features in common. They're actually similar in many ways. For example, patience is a useful skill in both. Clearly, you will not necessarily always see immediately the correct solution to a maths problem any more than you will always immediately see the best move in a given chess position. So you need to give yourself time and be patient to work these things out. Calmness under pressure is as useful a skill in a maths exam as it is in a competition chess game. But calculation is very different in chess to in maths. So, what is chess to me? I teach mathematics, so you'd think my love of mathematics is enough to justify my love of the game. But in fact, chess can lead you anywhere in terms of your other passions as well. Any animal lovers out there? Yeah? Hooray. I bet you did not expect that chess would help me, my love of chess would help me indulge my love of cats, another of my big passions. What can chess possibly have to do with cats? It's obvious, isn't it? I have chess sets permanently set up on my coffee table, and the cats play with it and knock down all the pieces. Okay, of course, I'm kidding. Seriously, I would never have my first cat as an adult, Paw, were it not for a story where a chess player, one of my many former flatmates who are all chess players, plays a part. You see, I happened to wander into a pet store one day, and Paw quite simply tried to adopt me. But I was in a rush to get somewhere, so I said I'd come back the next day, and I would adopt Paw if she was still there and the pet store was still open. But I would never have been in the area that Sunday if I weren't playing tour guide to one of those flatmates, in fact, the niece of one of those flatmates, who was a former Australian Chess Olympiad representative. I got there at 4:15 p.m. thinking that the store closed at 4 p.m. and I was too late. It actually closed at 5 p.m. and Paw was still there. Before I knew it, I found myself signing the paperwork and so forth, and I adopted Paw, and I now have 3 cats. Here are the other 2. And they sometimes visit my Zoom lectures. So you can see that chess can help with all sorts of things such as fitness and weight loss, fighting ability, concentration skills, and logical thinking skills. It also teaches us life skills such as perseverance and resilience, the value of proper preparation, and working through life without any prejudices and all the benefits that gives you. And in fact, it teaches you that there's no telling where your passions may take you. In fact, my passion for chess led me to this very talk. Through my involvement with the New South Wales Junior Chess League, I connected with the TEDxUNSW committee, and that's why I'm here now. So if you let your passions lead you wherever they may, bad or good, fractured shoulder or full-time job that you love, you'll be able to handle it. Humans are very resilient that way. And most importantly, dare to dream. If you let your passions lead you to those dreams, the sky's the limit, and you too can have cats visiting your Zoom lectures. Thank you.